You today on behalf of the Ananta IAS Academy, two major events and decisions taken by Modi government. Number one is the National Commission for Protection of Children, and another is about the welfare of the parents and senior citizens. Both are vulnerable people. The children are to be protected, particularly in view of the pandemic. So the Supreme Court in Suvamoto examining ways to protect children due to pandemic have decided one or two rulings. On May 28, Supreme Court directed the center to state welfare measures for the orphan children. Due to the pandemic, they lost their parents and they are orphans now. So somebody should protect them and somebody should take care of their welfare. So the National Commission for Protection of Children Rights and states were also asked to compile the data based on the Bal Swaraj. An online tracking portal has been created, and NCPCR made the following submission to the Supreme Court. Sir, Honorable Supreme Court Judge, 10,000 children are in the country are presently in the need of this protection. They include children aged between 0 to 17 years and orphaned or abandoned during the COVID-19. Since this pandemic is there for the last 1.5 years or 2 years, most of the parents died and our children have been abandoned and children are now homeless. These children ran a high risk of being pushed into trafficking and the flesh trade. That is the very, very great danger in this area. Suppose a 12-year girl is there, somebody will take care of her and they will engage her in the flesh trade. The NCPRC set up in March 2007 under the Commission of Protection of Child's Right Act 2005. The bill was passed in 2005 and it became an act and it came into force from 2007. The works under the Ministry of Women and Child Development, these works are being done. So it comes under the purview of Women and Child Welfare Development. It can inquire into the complaints and seek magisterial inquiry also if needed. The chairperson plus 6 members will be there. Out of the 6, at least 2 women members should be there. The maximum age is 65 years for the chairman and 60 for the members. That is the composition of this state. Then comes the question of old people. The maintenance and welfare of the parents and senior citizens is the most important thing to be concerned. And this act was formed in 2007. The High Court of Karnataka has said that the state government has failed in maintaining the old age homes. This was a major decision ruling given by the High Court of Karnataka. It is mandatory for the states to such homes, and as per the Act of Section 19 of the law says, the state government may establish and maintain such a number of old age homes at accessible places, at least one in each district. That is mandatory. In each district in Karnataka, there should be at least one such home like this. They prescribe a scheme for management, and the court said the word may can be implemented or interpreted as shall and vice versa. Because in the ruling, it is said that the state government may establish a home, but it is not may, it is shall, and it should be implemented. Then the need for such schemes arises because indigent senior citizens need some protection, because most of the people above 70, they are thrown away from their homes by the children, and if they are not pensioners, then the question comes again, because they doesn't have even pocket money for them, and the children working at a different places, they doesn't come and see their welfare. The act make it legally obliging for the adult children to provide for parents by way of monthly allowance. That is more important. The son should definitely give some monthly allowance to this old age home, and they should maintain this one. The Act provides an inexpensive and speedy procedure to claim the monthly maintenance. Suppose the parent doesn't enter into the home, if he is staying alone, then the monthly maintenance allowance should be given according to the rules. And the amount, if he doesn't get for the last 2 3 months, if he approaches the court or anybody, then it becomes a very cumbersome process. So there should be a mechanism that this amount should be given in a particular time and in the time frame that should be given to him. The Act provides an inexpensive and speedy procedure. And then the parents mean biological parents, adoptive, or step parents. There are also provisions to protect the life and property of the elderly people. That is also more important, because sometimes they will throw them out from their house and the house is not vacated, and the children will occupy, and it is to be property is to be protected. Then during the recent years, a case has come regarding the National Security Act 1980. A petition was filed in Supreme Court to involve the National Security Act against the hoarding, protecting, profiteering, adulteration, and black marketing of COVID-19 essentials. When the COVID-19 has come in a pandemic way during the last 1.5 years, so many people have hoarded, and that is the main problem. They hoarded the essentials, including drugs and the equipment. What is the background for this? Thousands of people of the weaker sections and below poverty line citizens are dying on the streets, in the vehicles, in hospitals, and their homes due to the hoarding, because the medicines are not available. The equipment like oxygen cylinders, they are not available. The guilty should be punished. That is the main reason. Then, what is this National Security Act? It's a preventive detention law, and the detainment of a person in order to keep him from committing the future crimes is the main aim of it. Article 22(3) of the Constitution allows preventive details, and Article 22(4) states that it should not be for a longer period than 3 months. The 44th Amendment Act of 1978 reduced it to 2 months. Earlier it was 3 months. Now it has been reduced to 2 months. Article 22(1) of the Constitution says he can be detained by before defending a lawyer. So a lawyer can defend him. So if a person is arrested, then a lawyer should be provided or somebody can defend him. The section 50 of the CPC mentions that he should be informed about the release for arrest. The reasons he should tell. What are the reasons for arresting him? He should be known and it should be given in writing. The government, of course, holds the right to conceal the information in public interest for the discussion. For the decision they have taken, they should give it in writing. What is the major cause for arresting this person? That is the reason why we should think of protecting the old age people, protecting the children, and the Act of National Security Act should be implemented according to the rules, and nobody should be punished without any reason, and he should be given a time frame, and a lawyer should be given to him to defend his case. So with this information, I wish you all the best for this season. Thank you all.